All right. I am so excited to get into this with you. This is what really got me excited about programming on the iPhone. You don't have to have a Mac anymore, and you don't have to be a developer. This happened a couple years ago, so it's not like it's brand new, but it is new in the fact that it made a comeback and a
Microphone on
major,
button.
major
Stop
improvement
recording button.
because what has happened is Apple bought Workflow. Now, I was doing a lot of this programming with Workflow years ago, and I've wrote blog posts about this. I've made podcasts on different platforms about this. Um, and I got really, really excited because it was a way to not only program your phone and create different things, but add to your home screen at that time. That was the only way to do it. I still find that there are use cases for this. Um, And so, one of the things I find useful about my iPhone experience, of course, is audio. And if I'm in a really good conversation with somebody and they're very like open minded and they're into like the podcast and things, I want to be able to pick up my phone and capture some things to add to the podcast. Or if I'm having a family meeting and I need to keep track of like errands or bills or things that we need to do, I want to be able to hit that record button, save it to notes, and listen back to what they say, what we discuss, the way it's being said, maybe. Be able to save that to a note where I can then maybe type up and take notes while listening to the recording. And keep track of things a little better that way. Or record my daughter laughing and singing and having memories and save it to her album and notes and to her folder. And be able to kind of
Microphone
have
on
like an
button.
audio
Stop recording
photo
button.
album of her, or like an audio album of her rather. There's so many different use cases that I've used this in the past, but because it would work so much like a Safari bookmark, although this was one of the faster ones to begin with. But I stopped using Siri Shortcuts app, formerly known as Workflow, because of this bookmark thing that got in the way. And so we immediately assumed that when Apple bought Workflow that they would kind of like strip that out because it would be more integrated. Now they've made it an integrated experience. You can download this Shortcuts app now by Apple, and it will be integrated so that you don't have these you don't have this web page loading on your phone when you're just trying to push a button. I'm going to show you the record button I created. I'm probably going to move it because what I've done, and I did this in Workflow and it took a lot of work, and there were a lot of web page loading and things. What I did is I created a note that I use to track my days. And right now it's a pretty large note with a couple emails I need to respond to that came in early this morning, between last night and early this morning while I was working. Somebody wants feedback on their website. I got these emails about that. And I have this note on my home screen so I can look at it and remember to get back to them and kind of like follow up with the links and things like that. So, I've also been able to save audio into that existing note. So you can do that to track a note, or you can create a whole new note with this audio, and you can type inside the note as you're saving the audio at the same time and then hit save. So we're going to
Microphone
do that
on
right
button.
now. I just want to explain to you what this was, and I'm hoping that this will all record correctly and save so I could fully show you the advantage of this, where you can fully hear the full experience, because I've been trying to do this for a little while today. So let's see if this will work now. We're on the home
Selected.
screen.
Screen recording button.
We're going to
Moon forecast. Record.
hit that record button.
Moon
This
forecast.
is the first
Record.
button,
Record.
the first icon I have on my home screen now, this record button. And now what I have it set, you're not going to pick this up while it's screen recording. I have it set within the Shortcuts
Messages.
app.
Now.
There's
There.
actions,
Banana pumpkin.
and they're like little scripts. So I have this set to vibrate when it records, and then I have it set to vibrate once, and then I have it set to vibrate twice when I've stopped recording. And then it will the notes action is below that, so that it will go into a new note as if you're sharing something into notes. But
Moon
for
forecast.
now, let's
Record.
hit the record button.
Tap to finish recording.
I'm recording, and
0.
it says tap to finish recording, and it shows
Tap to
there's a
finish
number
recording.
indicator,
0.
and
4.
it says
Tap to finish
it's
recording.
just kind of like
Moon
going
forecast
into this
button.
progress bar, and I can kind of move so I'm not having to be bothered with the time.
Messages. Moon for.
And
Tap to finish recording.
And
Moon forecast. Button.
there's a button here.
Alert. iPhone microphone. Button.
And I can switch microphones.
Selected. Headset microphone.
It's now
Cancel.
my
Button.
headset microphone.
Cancel. Button.
I can cancel out. It's still recording.
Tap to finish recording.
And it still
0,
says tap
30.
to finish recording and shows the time. So let's, I'm going to tap to finish.
Cancel. Button.
It says cancel if I swipe
Notes.
right.
Heading.
It says notes heading. So it's going in as if I'm sharing the note.
Save. Button. Save to. Heading.
Save
New
to.
note. Button.
New note. I can hit this button and go into any existing note that I want to save this in. If I want to update a note that I'm tracking that's already been created, or just create a whole new note.
This attachment will be saved in a new note.
This attachment will be saved in a new note in this case.
Add text to your note.
Add
text field.
to my note, so I can
Audio
add
recording
all kinds of
2020.
stuff
12.
right now.
27 at
And so, but this is
2.52.508.
gonna
Audio
show
recording 2000. Add this
as an
attachment will be saved. New note.
attachment.
Button. Save to.
And
Heading.
I can rename
Save.
it
Button.
in whatever format once I've saved it to something. So I'm going to hit the save button now.
Moon forecast. Record.
Now it goes back to my home screen.
Edit mode.
I can drag
Started
this
editing.
record
Hi.
button
I just made a bunch. Stop at delete. Activate. Stop editing at delete. Active. Stop editing apps. Moon
into-
note. Record. Is edited. Stop editing at delete. Drag record.
I can
Moon
drag
forecast.
this
Notes.
record
Is editing.
button
Widget.
next
Can't
to
drop record
my
after notes.
daily note.
Drop
I'm gonna
complete.
Go ahead and do
Finished
that
editing.
now.
Moon forecast.
And I'm
Record.
going to make sure
Screen recording in progress. Control
that
center.
my
Notes. Selected. Screen recording.
mic
Open
did
controls.
not turn off here.
Microphone. On. Button.
Okay, it's still on. Everything should still be
Selected.
working.
Screen recording.
I'm gonna
Notes.
go
Button. Notes. Button.
into my notes now, and I have like notes, a bunch of personal
Note.
notes on my
Text
home
field.
screen, but
Is
I'm gonna
editing.
just
Insertion
go
point. Just done. Note
into
actions. Folders. Back button. Folders.
my
Red
notes
Eve.
for my
Home and
past
family.
teacher.
Notebook with decor.
And I'm
Open. Bobby
going
and Jessica. Red.
to
Spiral
go
notepad. No. All iCloud. 600. Selected.
into-
Pinned. Button. Eve's SSS. No. Notes. Audio recording 2020.
My
December 27th.
recording.
Note. Audio attachment. Created. December 20. Note. Audio attachment. Audio
I can
recording 2020.
tap
12.
on the attachment.
Audio record. Play.
I
Button.
can hit play.
Play. Done.
I'm
Button.
recording, and it says tap to finish recording, and it shows there's a number indicator, and it says it's just kind of like going into this progress bar, and I can kind of move so I'm not having to be bothered with the time. And there's a button here, and I can switch microphones. It's now on my headset microphone. I can cancel out. It's still recording. And it still says tap to finish recording and shows the time. So let's, I'm going to tap to finish.
Done.
And
Button.
that's good to keep track of with this time.
Play.
So
Button.
what am I going to do? This whole file played.
38 seconds. Media
I can
timeline.
go
Toolbar.
to
Share.
the
Button.
Share. And backpack, I think, might have
Titan.
been what
Just an airdrop. Message. Mail.
stopped the
Meet.
recording,
WhatsApp.
but
Gmail.
because
Backpack.
my
Anchor.
podcast
MP3 converter.
platform
Button.
is so
Sticker maker. Button. Anchor. Button.
is so flexible. I could just share right into my podcast directly too if I'm doing a quicker. If I want to do editing, I'll share it in Backpack Studios. But if I really just want to share it to my podcast and capture and go, I can tap Anchor. And
December
this
20th.
is
Play.
really
Button.
cool.
Options. Play. December 26th. 2000. Add options menu. Play. December 26th. Library. Import. Button. December 26th. Play. Add to episode. Display.
Now,
Button. December
sometimes
26th.
this
Play.
import
Add to episode.
export
December
thing
26th. Play.
is
Add to
very
episode.
fickle,
December 26th.
and you
Play.
have to
Add to
find
episode.
workarounds.
December 26th.
So
Add to episode.
another thing,
December
I could
26th.
save it to
Play.
iCloud
Add to episode. The Awesome
files
Christmas
and
Adventure.
import
Play.
it
Add to December 20th. Play. Add to episode. Play.
from
December 23rd. Play. Add to
there.
episode. Leaves
I
fluttering
have
and
a-
play.
because I have a
Add to
bunch
episode.
of
December 22nd.
files
Play. Add
here.
December
And
22nd.
so
Play.
that's
Options menu.
why
Add to episode.
by
December
default,
20th.
I
Play.
would
Button.
save it
Options menu.
to
Button. Add to episode.
Backpack, and that's
December
just
22nd.
something
Play.
Anchor has
Add
had.
December 20th. Play. Add. Good morning. Play. Add December 21st.
So, let's
2020.
see.
Close.
I want to
Button.
show you a more
New
kind of
episode. Own profile
practical-
activity button. Button. Notes. Active. Anchor. Active. Notes. Active. Anchor. Close anchor.
close on Anchor
App
here.
switcher.
I wanna
Notes.
show
Active.
you-
No. Audio recording. Notes. Type Jacinda Vila. Com. Edit. App. Save to file. Copy. More. Button. Sticker maker.
shows I
Button.
can
MP3
copy,
converter.
I can
Button.
save to MP3 converter and convert it to a different
Backpack, button.
format. Or I will try Backpack because it shouldn't cut out with the recording. This
Alert.
time.
File imported to clips.
File imported to
Audio
clips.
recording
Audio
2020.
recording
12. 27 at 2.52.53 p.m.
is,
M4A.
It's an M4A file.
Okay,
It's been
button.
saved. And I
Files.
can go
Button.
in and edit it and make a whole new podcast episode, which I will do with this screen recording, and I will edit it in this way. So I'm
Screen recording in
hoping
progress. Button. Status
that
bar
this
item.
had played. I think I did a better, I integrated everything a lot better this time anyway. So hopefully we got this whole thing for you here, this whole experience.